We now return to the Bob Huggins Show, presented by Little General Stores.
Welcome back to the Bob Huggins Show. I'm Wolfman, and this, of course, is the Bear himself, head coach Bob Huggins. Coach, thanks for taking time and spending with me.
It's always a pleasure being with you, Wolf. Well, no, not always, but most of the time.
Most of the time. I can appreciate that. Coach, I want to talk to you about something that's very special to you. It's your 5th annual Bob Huggins Fish Fry. It's going to be February 3rd at the Mineland Park Expo Center, right here in Morgantown, and it's presented by Little General Stores.
Well, we took 1 year off, but I think we've had 5 of the last 6 years, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, everybody that goes has a big time. Brad Underwood's going to come in, and because we play Oklahoma State the next day, and hopefully we'll get a couple more coaches in there, and Tony's going to do a panel, and it's a fun event and a great venue. We did it at the hotel before, and we moved it out there, and I was a little bit leery, but what a great venue. And well, I mean, we can bring the trucks in and the boats and the race cars and everything else and put them on display, and the way they set it up is terrific, and it's a fun night, and we're ahead of where we were a year ago. Still a lot of room, a lot of tables to fill. Yeah,
you're going to have a ton of West Virginia memorabilia going out there. You're going to have a live and silent auction. And what's the story with head coach Brad Underwood in Oklahoma State? I mean, that's pretty nice, coming in the night before the game and doing this Q&A with you.
Well, I've known Brad forever. I knew Brad when he was the head coach at Dodge City Community College. I recruited one of his guys. We've been friends since then, and hired him at Kansas State. And then when I came here, he's a Kansas State grad, so he stayed there with Frank Martin, and they did a terrific job building the program there. And then Brad went to South Carolina with Frank, and then got the Oklahoma State job after spending 3 years at Stephen F. Austin. And he's the guy who ended our season a year ago with Stephen F. Austin. He was the guy on the other end. They did a terrific job. He had a heck of a team, and he's doing a great job at Oklahoma State. Well,
it's one of my favorite events of the year, and it's just a blast. And the fish is actually pretty darn good.
You know what? The fish is really good. I was I don't know, pleasantly surprised would be the right word, but I went 2 years and never got to taste it because everybody ate it all. Probably you were involved in that. Probably. And so last year I made sure that I got a piece of it, so if anybody said, how's the fish, I could actually comment on it. For 2 years I couldn't comment on it because everybody ate it before I got there.
That's awesome. Now, I know this is really personal to you. This is going for the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, and it's also going to remembertheminers.org. And it's there to fight cancer, and it's there to create scholarships. Now, the funny thing is, or the great thing I should say, is that all the money's staying in West Virginia.
Yeah. Well, we were given scholarships, and we decided that, you give somebody a check for a scholarship and they use it and they're very appreciative. And, I don't know why we didn't do it to start with. None of us thought of it, I guess, but, we had the idea then, let's do an endowment. So we're doing an endowment in the engineering school. Our goal is to put at least $50,000 in there a year and let that money sit there and grow, and then use the money that money makes for a scholarship and at our engineering school, which I don't know why you'd go anywhere else anyway. And then the other is we got the march to 2 million, and we're at about 1.35 right now. And hopefully we get to 2 million soon.
Well, Coach, I understand. My father passed away from cancer when I was 15 years old, and as you say, everybody's affected by it. So the idea of this is to get this started. Let's start fundraising. Scat? Coach, on behalf of Dan Ryan Builders, they're presenting a check to the Norma Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund for $1,200, and we're going to work on more from them. And I just want you to know it's pretty awesome.
Well, I can't say how much I appreciate it, and that's when I look at that. I know, I'm sure how you feel about losing your father, and I lost my mother way too early. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, Coach. And, I personally want to thank you, and I know Mountaineer Nation thanks you, because you're so much more to WVU and the entire state than just a future Hall of Fame basketball coach?
Well, we all ought to give back. We all ought to give back, and I think this is a tremendous opportunity to give back. We don't touch the principal. They use the money made off of the principal, and as it continues to grow. And to me, Wolf, wouldn't it be wonderful? I know how much you love this university, and wouldn't it be wonderful if the cure for cancer was found right here?
Absolutely.
I mean, and we are one of the worst states in the country in terms of fighting cancer, and to have the cancer center that we have here, which is, I said to Nick Valvano, who runs the V Foundation, and they give money to all kind of different things, and I was talking to him about having a V Foundation event here, and he said, I checked out your cancer center, Hugs, it's terrific. And for him to say that, I mean, to me, I was told that, I thought that, but to have him say it, it was, we're good. We just need to keep getting better.
Well, we just got to get that up to $2 million now. Now we're going in the research.
And then we'll go for 3.
And then we'll go for 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look out, cancer, because WVU Medicine, Bob Huggins, and the rest of the Mountaineer Nation is coming after you. Boom!
We'll return with more of the Bob Huggins Show, presented by Little General Stores.